Hi friends, Ryan here with Ryan's Candles and Crafts, and welcome to our next diamond painting story. So this story is actually going to be directly tied with the previous story that we had. So in our previous story, we had Jojo, who was a brew courier, and he was delivering a Sunrise Brew to a lonely traveler. In those travels, Jojo met a couple of birds. He met Eli and he met Mojo. Mojo is going to be the next story that we do. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through the canvas. We're going to look at the drills. We're going to look at Mojo. We're going to talk through some of our talking points and some of the happenings of what's going to go on in this story here with Mojo. I think you guys will find this pretty interesting, and maybe we'll see some of the other characters from the previous story in this story too. All right, everyone, here we have Mojo. So yes, that is what he is actually called. His name is Mojo, and he's by Richard Lorenz, which also is the one who did Jojo. And this is kind of how this story inspired Mojo to come into the picture with Jojo. I just saw that the birds were very similar. The artist was the same. And I said, you know what, let's go ahead and combine, not necessarily combine them, but let's take a look to see how we can have these two kind of connect with one another. And that's kind of what I did. So looking at Mojo, and this, even though, so this is Diamond Art Club, right? Of course, I did not get this direct from Diamond Art Club. I got this from Amazon. So this is going to be another Amazon one that I did. But I'm still, and I got it from Amazon because they didn't have it at the time. Well, now it's back in stock, at least as the shooting of this video is happening, it's back in stock. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm getting them where I can. And I was really happy to be able to get it through Amazon. They have some on there on Amazon that you can't necessarily get on their website. But this one you can get on their website. It's probably preferred that you get it through their website so that, you know, you can get your points and all that kind of stuff and everything for the rewards program. But you still get, from time to time, the cards that come in with it too. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox this. We're going to look at the canvas. We're going to look at the drills, and we're going to look at all the things. And then as I'm kitting up, I'll talk through a little bit of the story and what's going to be happening with it. So let's take a look at this. So I've already taken the plastic off and everything. Let's see. So as always, we have our toolkit that comes with everything. So with that toolkit, we have the twist and pick applicator with putty and multi-placer. We have the traditional single placer. We have the heart-shaped wax, the stackable tray, and the lid that goes with it too, with a stopper, and then some resealable baggies. And then we also have our thank you for your purchase, and I'm hoping, yes, we have a treasure quest card. Ooh, is this? Oh, it's silver. Look at that. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's great. I love that I got a silver one. Yay! That's awesome. That is so awesome. I'm going to set this off to the side here. So with these, you guys can go on, there's a little code that you scratch off on the back here. And then once you collect so many of these, ooh, look how shiny that is too. Once you collect so many of them, you can turn them in for rewards like gift cards and maybe a custom painting at some point or another. And then also, so here's our sticker sheet that's included. And then you have all of our tips and tricks and all of that kind of stuff that is in here. Gives you the QR code to the Facebook group, 20% off your purchase, and all the fun things. So we will hang on to this as well. Set that off to the side up there. All right, so here is our sticker sheet. Now, by the looks of this, we have 38 colors in this one. Make sure I can get this up here where we can see it. Now, we do have some of the same types of colors compared to Jojo. So I believe, so the Z 3865 is the same. The 3825, I think, is the same. So we have definitely a lot of similar colors in this one compared to the other one. Let's see if I look at, which of course my lighting needs to be adjusted just a tad here. There we go. That's better. Now we can really see what we're doing. The 310 is the same symbol. So I definitely want to compare kind of what we have to what we've got going on, because some of these symbols are going to be the same as to what we just did. So the kitting up won't be as bad, but the majority of these are different. So that's okay. All right, set that off to the side. Now we have, there's our Amazon, leave a review. And then the canvas itself. So what I've learned is that we want to keep this plastic cover that's on here. I threw the other one away on Jojo. I didn't mean to, but I did. Let's go ahead and set my toolkit here off to the side. And the reason why I want to keep the plastic cover is because when I want to go and store this, I actually want to store it in the box itself. So let's go ahead and take our drills out and set them off to the side. Now this is a lot less. It's the same amount of, let me look at the box here. So if I look at the box, we have 38 colors in this one. There are 2 Aurora Borealis, 3 Fairy Dust Diamonds with a total of 14,400. Okay. When it came to Jojo, Jojo had a lot more colors. He had 50 colors, still 14,400. But he had 12 more colors than what Mojo did. And a lot of that had to do with like his beak and everything. So I don't think that, I think this one's going to go a lot faster than what Jojo did. And if it does go faster, that's fine. We just won't have as many episodes to be able to talk through. Now, we'll get to this here in just a second. I want to look over our canvas first. So we're going to go ahead and open him up, and then let's flip him over, kind of roll him backwards a little here. The only thing with these is that you've got to be, one, you've got to be careful with it, but two, you've got to roll it back the other way. Probably should have taken this out first by itself, but it's okay. That actually does really well by doing that. And then the next thing that I want to do before we start looking at all of this is kind of want to go through and just, like, do I have any creases in the back? Yeah, we've got some creases over here on the sides. In order to get rid of those, I tend to just kind of peel this up some and then just kind of smooth it back down. And I keep this on here. So I like how they have their perforation that is on here to be able to section these areas off. Now, what I did with Jojo was that, you know, it was brand new to doing this and everything, right? So wasn't necessarily sure like how I wanted to do it. But I will say that, like, I started off just with this itty bitty tiny section down here, but now I know I can start with this section here and down. Just need to make sure this gets back on here fairly flat so the glue does not dry out. And I need to grab one of my tools here. Hang on a second. So I'm seeing a lot of bubbles, and I just kind of want to push this down a little bit, get some of those bubbles out of there, because the last thing that I want to have is to have the glue on this dry out some. But by doing this, I can at least try and get some of these creases that are on here flattened out some. That way we've got a nice flat canvas to work with. Okay, so here we go. So here we have Mojo. Now, as you can see, there are definitely, especially as I can see, there's a lot less confetti. There's a lot less, what is it? The word that I'm looking for, a lot less confetti and a lot less colors for sure. So, you know, we see in just Mojo himself, right? He is very like almost three-tone color, like reds and oranges only, whereas Jojo had a lot of greens and yellows and orange and red and stuff like that. But still, I mean, he looks really, really good. I really like the colors and how he looks. I think this is great. It's got the same ring as what Jojo does. It also has the same border that I was talking about. Now, the symbols are different. Of course. Of course, the symbols are different. But if I look, and I don't remember if I have... Well, you know what? I'm gonna get Jojo out, and we're gonna do a little bit of comparison here when it comes to some of these numbers and some of the colors, and see if we have any similarities. Probably gonna go with this side a little bit more. Okay, so I went ahead and zoomed in, and we can see how we actually have one that matches. So the 3 and 3 at 152 matches, so that's fantastic. We have the 310 that matches, and that's also the same symbol, same color, so that's good. So we have that comparison. I have, let's see, 341 is the same color. Obviously, it's the same color because we run off of the DMC colors and everything. That's what they run off of. But the symbol itself is different. I don't know why my camera is glitching out so much, but sorry about that. That's weird. Maybe it's trying to center it. I don't know. But at least, so we have that one that's the same. We have 352 that's the same. Again, different symbols. Ooh, that one's the same. So A402, that's the same. That's good. Let's see, 722 we have as well. 740. You know what? I'm sitting here talking and I'm like, you guys can't see what I'm talking about. I totally forgot to move this up. Okay, let's move this back up and let's kind of start a little bit back up here. So the 722s, we've got, let's see, 740. Okay. How far down can I go? 3041. Let's see, 741, 758. I had mentioned some of these others, 918, 919, 920, 939 is one as well. 946, 995, 3041 is not, but it's close. 3042. Let's move this up to here. And then, so 3340 is the same, 3371, 3727. Let's see, 3740 is not, 3842, yep. 3843, 3845, 3856, 6002. And then our Z 3825 is the same, and then our Z 3865 is the same. So that's a lot. That is a lot of colors that are the same comparatively. So we actually have, I went through and just double checked and counted real quick. We have 21 colors that are the same with this. So that's actually really pretty cool. I really like that. I like that, you know, I mean, Diamond Art Club includes a lot of extras in these as well. So that is going to help build up our supply even more. Now, let's go ahead and get through these drills and take a look at some of the other colors that we haven't seen yet. Okay, so I'm not sure why the camera is doing what it's doing, but hopefully it'll just stop jumping around as we're going through this. But I think it just has to do with me being zoomed in and how we're holding these up and all that other kind of stuff. But anyway, so these are put in here by weight and not by number order, which kind of annoying, but that's okay. So 946, we can kind of see that one is... I mean, they're all very colorful and very shiny. I'm definitely loving these blues that are in here. I'm a blue and purple guy. That brown actually looks kind of interesting to me too. But purples and blues, I absolutely love and adore. So with these, we've got the 312. The 3041. Ooh, that purple is really nice, actually. It looks like that one's going to go... Let's see, 3041 is a star. So yeah, that's going to be down here in this area right here. So I think that's really, really nice. I really like that. Oh, here is a Z. Okay, so this is one of our fairy dust diamonds here. So that's really nice. Oh, I love that. Love that. Okay. Z307. Okay. So 2843. These blues and purples, I really, really love these. These are really cool. So 741, 740, 972, 918. Oh, look at that purple. Look at that 154. That's great. Ooh, that 130. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. That must be an AB. It has to be an AB. That is very, very sparkly. Love that. Ooh, that purple is gorgeous as well. And then we have the 3371, which appears to be some sort of black or brown. Something like that. Okay, those are nice. All right, so we've got the 920. We've got some pinks and some oranges. The 758 is, what is that on this canvas? That's the C. So that's going to be like in this area down here. Okay. And 230, that one's really nice too, that 3842. Oh, here's another fairy dust one. See if we can't get that to pop through a little bit more. I like that. Okay. 37 to, ooh, that's a nice pink, actually. See, these colors are gorgeous. They're absolutely beautiful. 803, 905. 352. 6002. I think we had this one in the last one, if I remember correctly. But this is that, probably this deeper purple that goes in here. 310, of course, our black. 3340. Ooh, that's a nice purple color. Very nice. Oh, there's our Z. There's our fairy dust white one, which I love this one. This is one of my favorite ones so far. 722, some good oranges, some more purples, 2 bags of 341, and then of course 2 bags of 3856. So when we look at some of these and everything, so if we want to go through and if we want to find our Z's that are in here, so our Z307, the 3825, and then the 3865. We know the 3865 is going to be any of the white that's on here, so that's pretty obvious. But let's look for that Z307. So the yellows, so here we go right here. So here we have down here in, not his beak, but whatever this beard is, right? The beard that he has, it's all down through there. There's a bunch in there. And then we have, it looks like there's a bunch in his beak right here. And then do we have some in his feathers too? Up top? Yep, we have some up here in the feathers. All the way up here as well. Look at that. Look at that. That's great. And then if I remember correctly, is it so the H? So we've got a little bit down here of where it's going to be. And then, let's see, looking over the rest of the canvas, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of that one. I'm not seeing a whole lot. There's some more down here. It was just like that in the other one too. So there wasn't a whole lot of it. It was just kind of sprinkled throughout. Oh, it's in his eye. Look at that. Look at that. So there's a lot of fairy dust that's up here. And then the ABs, so this must have been a canvas before they started actually putting AB in front of them, but we could tell that 130, so this one symbol is probably an AB, which is all up in here. It is all of this yellow in his feathers coming out of his head. All of that is AB. Every single piece of that is. And if I remember correctly, where's my box here? So the box said that there are 2 ABs in this and then 3 fairy dust, which we've already found the 3 fairy dust. The other AB, what did I think that was? I am not entirely sure now. The Z307 we know. I honestly can't remember. Unless it's the 154. No. I really don't remember. I'm going to have to figure that out. But I imagine there's another AB in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's the 138. The 138 is the other AB. So that one is a symbol of 2. Oops, knocking things around here. Okay, that makes sense. So there's a little bit of 2 right here. So let's get that zoomed in here. So we've got a little bit of 2 right there. And then we have, I think in the beard again, we have a little bit more of 2 down here. So we've got 1s and 2s down here. Got all the 1s up here. You know, I think that we're going to kit up on the side. Well, we'll do a little kitting up, but I keep changing my mind on what I want to do. I do. I can't decide what I want to do right now because I really want to start on this. Here's what we're going to do. So let me just give you a brief overview of what this is going to be when it comes to Mojo and his story. So when we last left Mojo, Mojo was leaving Jojo because Jojo had completed his journey and everything. And Mojo is on his way to the regional dance championships. And that's where we're going to follow Mojo. We're going to follow him through his trials and tribulations and everything. And we're going to get him to the regional championship. He's going to go through the championship. And that's all I'm going to say with it. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to spoil the story. If you want to hear the story, if you want to find out what happens with Mojo and maybe Jojo in the story itself too, maybe there's going to be another little friend that pops along too, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell to get notified on when I upload videos. This is going to be so much fun. And like I said, I think this is going to go really, really quick too, because when you look at the blocking that's in here, like there's a lot of, I mean, obviously all the way around here, there's a lot of blocking, but even inside Mojo himself, there is a lot of color blocking that's in here. And we have a lot of color blocking in here as well. In this area up here with the beak and everything is probably where we're going to get into, you know, having to do some switching back and forth a little bit, but this is going to go pretty quick, I think. So we're probably only going to have, I don't know, I think we ended up with like 10 episodes in JoJo's story, but knowing that my skills have improved a little bit between the first diamond art painting and now my second one, we may only look at about 8 episodes or so. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. So questions, comments, concerns, put it in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Now let's light a candle, pour a cup of coffee, and let's get crafting.